Okay, I did a little better today. So it's about 8:30. I got up about 8. And I haven't checked this stove yet. So, well, I probably should get a glove. That lid is probably maybe a tad bit on the warm side. Alright, that's what we've got left. From about 9 p.m. to 8:30 a.m. So that's a pretty long while to hold wood. But I'm going to stir this up a little bit and cook me a little breakfast sandwich, and I guess we'll get started. Alright, so today I'm just going to make me a breakfast sandwich. So what I want to do first is kind of toast the bread. So what I just do is take a little piece of butter and just put in there. Kind of melt half of it there, put that down, and then melt the other half over here. Put that one down. And that ought to toast up pretty fast. Picked a poor spot for the grill to be. Right here in the direct sun, pretty much from morning till evening. Now I'd say about 3:30 it comes into the shade, but alright, that's probably good right there. Yeah. Alright, now I'm just going to take some of this sausage, put right down in there. I'm kind of making this sausage kind of big and flat like a hamburger patty. We'll just let that cook, and then we'll cook our egg in the sausage grease. Okay, now what I like to do is whenever I go to, and this goes the same on making cheeseburgers too. Alright, when I flip the meat patty over, I like to go ahead and put the cheese on. We'll let that cook just like that for just a minute before we go ahead and make our egg. That way everything's hot all at the same time. Alright, so that's been cooking for just a minute, so we'll go ahead and drop our egg in. And I did want that yolk to bust, because it needs to be a hard fried egg. That was a pretty large egg. Maybe I should have used a smaller one. Okay, what we'll do now is, since this egg is so big, I'm just going to kind of cut it into pieces here. Put a piece of egg down. That cheese kind of sticks. Put my sausage on there. Some more egg. And there's our breakfast sandwich. Let's go sit in the shade to eat it though. That's still pretty hot. pretty good. I don't know what happened to spring, but man, it's gone and summer is here with a vengeance. Hot! Well, anyway, I guess I'll finish my breakfast and then we'll maybe go over to the shed where it's kind of shaded and work on getting the saw ready. Alright, so I guess we gotta get this chain off here, because this is a regular crosscut chain and we'll have to change it over for milling. Alright, now what'd you guys do with my drill? Watch. I wish it was always that light. That's still heavy. That's like 14 pounds just with the power head, but you know, I wish I could find somebody with an old circle blade sawmill or something that they'd be willing to trade straight across for this saw. This thing is just, it's a monster. I mean, you know, they're like $1,200 new for the 660, and this one has a big bore kit and a dual port exhaust, so it's about like 92 cc's. I mean, that, you know, there's dirt bike racing classes that are 90 cc's, so basically a dirt bike engine on a chainsaw. And the thing weighs 20 pounds with the timber jig on it and everything, so it, you know, it's pretty heavy. It weighs probably 16 or 17 pounds just with the regular bar and chain on it with the 30-inch bar. I wish I could find somebody just to trade me straight across for some kind of a sawmill or something, and then I'd just go get, you know, like $100 used like Poland chainsaw or something. But, you know, when I started this, you know, the whole deal about it was I was going to mill lumber, enough to build an entire house. So I wanted the right tools for the right job, you know. I didn't want to buy a saw that was too small and then have to struggle with it the entire time. So I bought the right saw. You know, this is only one step down from the biggest saw that Steel even makes. I think the biggest one they make is the 880, and this is the one step down from that, the 660. And really the difference between the 660 and the 880 is only like, I think, 2 or 4 cc's. So it's not that much difference. And with this big bore kit, it's, you know, it's even less of a difference. So this is basically just about as powerful of a saw as you can get. I mean, I've seen ones that loggers used to use with like backpack straps and 2 handles, and so I'm not talking about that kind of stuff, but, you know, just commercially made. But, you know, it's a little much. It's so heavy I can't use it to... I didn't realize how heavy it was going to be. You know, cutting wood with this thing is just a nightmare. I mean, you know, 10 minutes, especially when you have to hold the saw straight out in front of you at like arm's length. And that really wears you out quick. I mean, it's good for milling lumber. It's powerful. It goes through it, but it's just not a very good all-around saw. It's a very specific tool. And it does its specific job pretty well, but, you know, there's got to be somebody around here that's got like an old junky, you know, circle blade sawmill. My Uncle Paul had one. It was an old like 1800s one that was ran by steam power and a belt wheel, and he's got like a 1930s B farmall. And he would just back that up to the sawmill and use a big belt, and he'd run the sawmill off the tractor PTO belt wheel. So something like that, you know. Obviously I don't have a tractor, but, you know, you could hook up some sort of engine or something to those things. So I don't know, just something, because this is the pits. It wouldn't be quite so bad. It would be worth it if it was a little faster. You know, I don't have any softwoods around here. Pine just won't grow in this area for some reason. It just won't. We're very oak rich. Basically all we have is like oaks and things like that, variations of. We don't really have any softwoods around here, so to where I could see how fast this thing will go through, you know, say pine or Douglas fir, versus how slow it goes through, you know, white oak or red oak. Because it's, you know, I've seen some of the people on YouTube using the timber jig on softwoods, and it doesn't seem like they go any faster than what I go through hardwoods. So I'm wondering if this big Mamma Jamma saw would zip through softwoods even faster. But I don't know. I kind of wish they still made the bars where you could oil the tips. It seems to me like it'd be a good thing to do. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this on here. You guys have seen me put it on before, so I won't waste time on the camera for that. But we're getting ready to go cut some boards. Alright, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a couple of these 2x4s I got free from the rent house. And I'm going to put them on the sides of this pallet right here to hold stuff in better. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to try out the nail gun, so I got out a little strip of 2 1/4 inch nails. I don't want to waste my big 3 1/2 inch ones, they're kind of expensive. Alright, so it looks like, let me flip this around where I can see it. So it looks like it's still oiled pretty good. I can see that it's still wet from the last time. So I will go ahead, if I can remember how, and load the nails in here. Okay. And then I'm going to just put maybe 4 or 5 drops of pneumatic oil down in there. Now my extension cord won't reach all the way over here, so we'll just have to hope that it's got enough pressure in the tank to do what we got to do. I'm not going to cut these to length or anything, I'm just going to stick them on there. If I was using pine lumber, I'd probably have to turn the pressure down some. I think that'll be good enough to hold that. Because I will be taking that pallet apart for the boards later on, so. Let me make sure you guys can see that other side. Okay. Well, this back one decided it's going to come out. Ah, well. Poop on it. Let's put a couple extra in the others. It's got to come back apart anyway. It's still shooting them below the surface of the wood, so I don't know how many nails I've shot. Let's see. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 nails and it's still shooting below the level. The compressor tank is sitting at about 90 pounds right now, so it'd be pretty much kicking on right about right now. So I guess it'll shoot about 14 nails before it kicks the compressor on. So that's not bad. That's a manageable rate where you don't have to stop and everything. So sorry I'm out of breath, man. It's so dang hot out here. Whoo! Anyway, so our nail gun works. Now let's see if we can. Woo! Unload this bad boy. There we go. All right. That's not bad for a $100 nail gun. It'll shoot from 2" to 3.5" clipped head nails. Clipped head are kind of like half moon shape. You know, instead of a full round head. Which it doesn't seem to make a difference to me. I don't know what people think round head are gonna do over clipped head. I mean, these seem to sink a little bit better anyway than round head, so. Oh well, anyway. I guess we'll go mill some lumber here in a minute. I gotta cool off. Alright, so I kind of skipped lunch. It's 4 p.m. I still haven't milled any boards yet. It's so stinking hot. By the time I got that chain sharpened, the sun was beating down, and oh man, it's so humid. I don't understand why it's so humid and hot already. It usually doesn't hit 90s until like the end of this month, but I guess it did, so nothing to do about it. I feel like I just kind of wasted my whole time coming out here. I'm going to stay tonight too and tomorrow, so that'll be 5 days. I mean, I've gotten about as much done in 5 days as I should have gotten done in 1 day if it had been, you know, 55 or 60 degrees out here. It's ridiculous. So I'm just going to have me a couple cheeseburgers. If the flies don't eat it all, I'm a little bit irritable. I'm getting tired of just sweating all day. And it's not like an exaggeration. Like literally, as soon as I get up in the morning, I'm already sweating. And then the sweating doesn't stop until about midnight, when it really starts to cool off. I've even got a fan in there, and it's not good enough to keep me from sweating. I think that's why I haven't been able to sleep very well. The jar kind of resealed on me there. Get off of me. These pickles are so big it only takes 2 to cover the whole thing. This trip has just been horrible. It's just been a terrible, horrible time almost the entire time. Except for real late at night, you know, about after 8 p.m. it's real nice out here. And then before 7 a.m. it's real nice. But in between those times it's horrible. And it's not all the time, it's just because of the weather. There's not really hardly any wind. There's a little bit more wind today, but yesterday and the day before especially were just totally still. There's no wind whatsoever. Felt like you were suffocating. I know I've done a lot of complaining this time, but I'm telling you, I'm miserable. You know, I'm glad to have gotten the garden done so it can go ahead and accept the rain that's going to come. And I got cucumbers on there about 1 inch long, so in about a week I should have some pretty good cucumbers. I've got marble-sized tomatoes so far. And a couple peppers about 1 inch long, sweet banana peppers. So it's coming along. Alright, well, I don't know what I did to piss off Mother Nature, but she's really sticking it to me. It's about 6 p.m. I've got about 2.5 hours of good daylight left. I'm going to go ahead and mill some of these boards up. I don't know if you can tell or not. Yeah, this log has kind of cracked up, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm just going to cut my boards off and nail them on, and whatever cracks show, I'll just fill, I guess. Because it's too dang hot for me to be out here messing around and, oh man. Let's just, I don't even know what to say. Let's just get this done. Oh my Lord. Oh man. I am soaked. Absolutely soaked. Man, that was miserable. Holy crap. My hat is just my hat is just soaked. So's my shirt. I don't know if the camera will pick that up or not. It's wet anyway. That's the most I've ever sweat while milling lumber, I'll tell you that. Alright guys, so here's the plan. I've cut one board and... oh, bug right in my eye. Dadgummit. Okay, anyway, I've cut one board. There's plenty of meat left in that log right there. So I need 2 boards to finish that south side, and probably one board split in half to finish the little top strip of those other 2 sides. And then what I'll probably do is, depending on how much of that right there is left, I'll measure that short front side and then just cut that off. That way I don't have to mill all the way through there. I'll just cut that log off and then mill my short boards. It should only take maybe 2 or 3 to finish that front. So I guess there's really not much to do, but go ahead and keep on cutting. I don't know, it seems like you guys have seen me do this a billion times, so there's not much point in recording it, I guess. So I'll just come back when it's time to nail on some boards. Alright, so I got my 2 boards up here. That was frustrating. Going through the woods, I about tore my mower all to crap. Freaking rocks the size of basketballs. I've just about had it. My shirt is soaking wet. I think I've had enough. I got the garden done, so anyways, I don't know what to do with all my tools and stuff. I guess what I'll do is just nail these 2 boards on, and then I don't know, come back after it gets done raining, I guess, and put the door on it. Oh man, I don't know. Rain's probably gonna blow in there and get everything wet. I guess I'll just load everything back up into the van. I don't know what else to do. Just load it all back up. This is ridiculous, you know. I try to keep positive about this crap, but I get knocked down when it's like I bust my butt, I break my back, it's hotter than crap out here, and I've been freaking toughing it out for 5 days, okay? And it seems like all that happens is I get further behind. It doesn't seem like I make progress at all. My freaking saw's acting up. I think I just need to change the spark plug, but who knows? I'm out of freaking chainsaw gas. I don't have any more oil to mix any. I'm almost out of the freaking bar and chain oil. Oh man, I'm getting mad. My stupid lawnmower tire has an air leak. A pretty fast one. I don't know. I just don't know. Let me just throw these boards on and go from there. I got a feeling I'm going home tonight. Well, I guess it only took one to kind of finish that off. Well, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to load all my tools back up into the van and take them all back home, and then come back out when the rain has stopped. Well, we're getting there anyway. I'm really kind of PO'd that I didn't get to stay until it's done. This crap's out of my control, you know. We're almost there, though. I'll have to bring my other extension cord so it'll reach over here so I can use my skill saw to make better cuts, but we're almost there. That's quite a gap. Well, anyway, I got a lot of stuff to pick up and pack up, so I better get to it because it'll be dark in about an hour.